There's very little research about free-range chickens, especially layers worldwide. When we were thinking about the industry and we noticed the increased demand of free-range eggs and free-range farms and free-range hens, we started asking questions about what are their problems, what are their challenges, what do farmers need, is there any need for research or not? And we did some collaboration with the University of Sydney, with SARDI in Adelaide, and we started a survey asking farmers, what are your problems? Do you have any problems? You know, what can you make better? What can we make better? Is there anything that we should work on? And we traveled the country and visited farms all across Australia, spent time with the farmers, looked at the enterprises, looked at the chickens, because there's a lot of things that people see different when they're outside, when they come from outside with a different background. There have been a lot of discussions, a lot of meetings going on, and we identified key areas of research that the farmers and the chickens would benefit from. One of these areas is actually the parasites that appear in free-range chickens. Back in the old times, when you had a chicken in a cage and then they had their droppings, they were never in contact with them. So for parasites to develop, they need a direct cycle. In free range, where chickens are constantly on the ground and are actually taking up dirt and excreta and also parasite eggs, the worm burden can be very heavy. We went to farms, we sampled a couple of farms, and we found that on the vast majority of farms there was a massive problem with intestinal parasites. Now there's one registered product in Australia, and we have no idea about the resistance of the parasite to this drug, the prevalence. The last study about parasites in Australia was performed in 1954, and that was in Queensland on a couple of farms. That's the only data we have available. So we're doing a lot of pioneer work here. In order to do that, we have a collaboration with CRICOS, located in Arding. We are a team of about 10 people that come together and infect these chickens with the parasites, have a look if that, and if so, how much. There is a reduction in animal health, animal welfare, egg production, egg quality. Is there an impact? If so, how much is it? And is there a threshold that's acceptable? Because it'll be pretty much impossible to have no parasites in free-range chickens. But what is an acceptable level? So there are certain things a farmer can do, having them on slats rather than on the floor, maybe moving the mobile sheds so they're not on the same ground all the time. There are a lot of actions that farmers do, but we really have no idea and no evidence, no scientific evidence, if that's actually, what of these actions are successful and which ones are not. So we're looking at this as a very systematic approach, and we're doing research now that has been happening for 40 weeks, which has come to an end now. For this one project, and there'll be several to follow up.